Hi boys and girls of La Habra. I'm Mr. Myers, one of your PE teachers. Yesterday we started on doing a little bit of Latin American dancing. So we're going to connect today with a little Latin American food. All right, so our topic of today for nutrition is going to be beans. All right, so I'm going to give you a few seconds, a 5-second count, on what food group do you think beans fall into? All right, this one was a very difficult one. All right, most on myplate.com, they like to put beans actually in proteins and vegetables. So I don't know how many of you said that, but technically beans are really considered a fruit. So we'll talk about that maybe a little bit later if I do get back to time, but probably not, okay? But since the bean is actually a seed, I'll tell you now that it falls into the pod, and that pod is considered a fruit in itself because the bean is a seed inside the pod, all right? But it is called a legume, which actually has a very high content for protein. Right, so we're going to continue on talking about the other things about beans. And so I'm going to get into, there are actually over 40,000 different variety of beans, just like rice. So it's a very popular food around the world, especially in North America and South America. But we're going to talk about just black beans and pinto beans. Now those are the beans that are actually served at Chipotle, or refried beans that you get from Del Taco or Taco Bell. Those are usually pinto beans all mashed up, okay? So we're going to talk about the calories. Now there's not much difference between the two beans, as you'll see when I tell you the information, but there's just a couple of little differences, all right? And I'm going to talk about the serving size. The serving size that I'm going to be using for the calorie count is a half a cup. So that's about the size that you get pretty much at Chipotle, or if you were to have it on your burrito, you would probably have a half cup or a little bit less than half a cup, okay? So with the black beans, you have about 115 calories with a half cup, and pinto beans have a little bit more with 122. Talking about the fat, there's about a half a gram of fat in black beans, and there are about 3/5 of a gram in pinto beans, so just a little bit more, all right? With fiber, they both have a great amount of fiber. There's 8 grams of fiber in a half a cup of serving in both beans. So it's a wonderful food. Remember, fiber is that thing that helps you push your food and other waste material through your body. All right. Protein is 8 grams. Okay, so lots of protein. Remember, you need about 30 grams of protein in your daily diet, so it has about almost 1/3. And in carbs, remember, carbs is that energy that you're given quickly. That black beans have about 20 grams of carbs, where pinto beans have about 22 grams of carbs. All right? So we're going to go ahead and talk about the minerals they both have next, okay? And I'll tell you what those minerals are good for in your body. Now, starting off with potassium. Now, we've talked about the other foods that have potassium as well that we've studied before. Beans have a very good source of potassium. Remember, potassium is good for your blood pressure. That's how the heart pumps blood through your body on a regular basis. And then it's also good for muscle contraction. So when you guys contract your muscles in your legs and in your arms, that is also helpful with potassium helps out with. Okay, next is iron. A mineral iron is also, and iron is good for your red blood cells in your body. All right, that keeps the maintenance of your red blood cells, okay? And magnesium. Now this is a new mineral that I haven't touched on. Magnesium is good for your muscle formation, okay? So when you guys are building your muscles, magnesium is a good mineral for that, and it also is good for your blood pressure as well, okay? The next mineral is phosphorus. We talked about phosphorus earlier with rice, okay? Remember, phosphorus is good for your teeth and your bones, all right? And also, it's good for you growing. You're growing and all your cells in your body. Last mineral I want to talk about is manganese. Now, it sounds like an earlier one before of magnesium, but manganese is a little bit different. What manganese is good for in your body is it helps clot your blood. And what that means is that if you were to get an open cut in your arm, that sometimes when it scabs over, that's what we call clotting your blood. All right. So manganese is a good mineral for that. It also is good for your metabolism. So when you guys are exercising, it gives you good metabolism, and it also is good for your inflammation in your body. So especially right now, it's good to have a mineral like manganese, right? With us dealing with COVID-19, right? All right, heading to vitamins. Now there's 3 important vitamins that beans have, all right? And they all start off with the same letter. They all start off with the letter B, okay? The vitamins that beans have are vitamin B1, also called thiamine, okay? And thiamine helps the body use your carbs, okay? So it helps the body convert the carbs into your energy. So you guys can go running, playing basketball, doing your push-ups, your planking, all of that, your yoga, all of that comes from vitamin B1, okay? The next vitamin that beans have are vitamin B6, okay? What that does is it creates red blood cells, all right? And it also helps with neurotransmitters, so that is your nerves in your brain, all right, that help you communicate information and helps you keep your brain healthy, all right? The last vitamin is vitamin B9, okay? Vitamin B9, another name for vitamin B9 is called folate. So you might see it as that sometimes on the back of nutrition packages. And what that does as well as vitamin B1 is that it converts the carbs into fuel for your body, all right? So we're going to talk about some interesting information about beans. Now that I've told you that there's 40,000 different varieties of them, but I'm only talking about 2 today. Okay, beans are a legume, which I've told you, and that is a seed in a pod. So a pod, I don't know if you can see too well here, looks kind of like this, okay? Or it can be brown like this, all right? And inside the pod, usually there are beans. So these would be empty, and this is empty of the pods, and you guys know what a bean looks like. Hopefully it's a kidney shape. So it looked like little balls or ovals, okay? And so this is a little pod with the beans in them. So these are bean pods, okay? And a bean would be in this shape, okay? So this would be like a pinto bean. A pinto bean is a brown color, kind of spotted, all right? So I got it kind of big with a little stuffed bean pod there so you guys can see it. So we usually buy beans in 2 different ways, okay? We buy them either dry, when they come out of the pod, they're usually dry. We want them, the farmers usually want them dry, so we can buy them individually in pounds, or we buy them in cans. So here we have a can of black beans, all full beans, okay? So these are all total beans, or we can buy them what we call refried. Okay, so this is refried black beans, and these are refried pinto beans. All right, most of the time you usually see them in your dishes as refried most of the time. Okay, so when we serve them with enchiladas or tacos or chicken beans and rice. Okay, so we see them refried, and what refried just means is that the beans have been mashed up. So the seeds have been mashed up to make that almost like mashed potatoes. Okay. When beans are a very old food, not as old as rice, but almost as old, all right? They're as old as 6,000 years ago, okay? Brazil is the country that produces the most in the world. Unlike Asia that with rice, so South America actually produces the most beans around the world for bean production, all right? In the U.S., we place 6th in the world of producing beans, and where beans grow most are in the Midwest, the middle part of our country, okay? And North Dakota, the state of North Dakota, produces actually the most beans of the beans that we consume here in the United States, all right? The biggest bean pod, okay, so that's this is called a pod, has grown up, they have the biggest measurement up to 5 feet long. 5 feet long. That's a bean pod. That would be a bean pod up to Mr. Meyer's shoulder. That's pretty tall, all right? So to have a bean, that would be some big beans. Probably a couple of the beans could make a whole can of, just one bean might make a whole can of beans for you, all right? Beans are a very unique food because Beans have been used in so many different ways. All right, we've used beans in burgers, cakes, drinks, jewelry. People have made bean jewelry, furniture, which if you've ever heard of the bean bag. So initially when bean bags were first made, they don't do that now, but when they were first made, they put beans in them in the bean bag. They are used in toys. They're used in musical instruments. If you've ever heard of a maraca, those are usually beans inside the maraca to make that clinking noise in a maraca. All right? So they have done some amazing things with the use of beans. People have been very practical with them. We are going to go ahead and head next to our exercising with the beans. So make sure you go and run quickly and go get some water, come back, and we're going to be doing our stretches to get ready for doing cultivating and doing our beans exercise. We got refreshed a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and do some stretching, get ready for our exercising, all right? So I want you to go ahead, heel up with one leg, kind of like we did at the Mexican hat dance. Kind of bend your opposite leg and stretch. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, switch it. Get that heel up, that toe up, and the heel on the ground, and bend your other leg as far as you can. Count to me. Count with me. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, this time we're going to go ahead and do some arm circles forward. We're going to do 10 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. Backwards 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, this time I want you to go ahead and put your elbow above your head and push gently down. Give it a nice stretch. Count with me. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, switch it and count with me. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, this time I want you to go ahead and put your feet shoulder lengths apart, and I want you to go ahead and touch one foot with a stretch. Keep your legs straight. Now with me, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reach up in the sky and give it a nice big stretch for 3. 1, 2, 3, and come down. Make sure you're breathing through your nose, out your mouth. Count with me. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reach up. Count for 3. 1, 2, 3, and come down to the center. And count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe through your nose. And out your mouth. Up for 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, excellent job. All right, this time we're going to go ahead and lean forward and stretch our calf muscles. And lean over. Have your knee just above your foot and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, good job. And switch feet. Remember, keep them flat on the ground and in the same direction. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, shake your arm muscles out. Breathe through your nose and out your mouth. Through your nose and out your mouth. Through your nose and out your mouth. All right, shake out your leg muscles, relax them, shake them out, loosen them up. All right, give them one more shake. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Now beans, again, farmers had to grow them, so we're back at the farm again. All right, so we're going to go ahead. They are plants. They grow from bean plants, so we're going to start digging to bury the seeds, all right? So let's dig the holes, both sides. Dig with me. Ready? Put it in there. Act like you're digging into that hard ground. Over. Two-handed. Over. Bend in. Lunge into the ground. Good job. Over. Keep that lunging. Over. Good job. Keep going. Dig in and over your shoulder. Getting the dirt out of the ground. You are making multiple holes. You have to grow lots of beans. A lot of people love beans around the world, right? Especially when you go into places that are a great source of protein. A lot of people, vegetarians, use them to substitute for meat. If you don't like to eat meat, a lot of people will eat beans to substitute for the protein. It's a good source. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All right, other side. That side got tired. This side. Another way. Put the other opposite arm down below and keep going. Dig deep. Lunge with that opposite leg. Keep going. Lots of plants to plant. Good job. You guys are doing awesome. Keep going. Should be starting to break a sweat. Some of you, if you want to go faster, remember, modify your exercising. If this is too easy for you, then you go ahead and you go faster. Or if it's a little bit challenging for you and you're starting to get tired, remember, slow it down a little bit, but keep your doing the same action. All right? Keep going. Good job. We're almost done. We're almost done. We almost have all the holes dug up to plant the seeds. Good job. And you're done digging the holes. Okay, shake those arm muscles. Breathe in through your nose and out your mouth. Through your nose and out your mouth. Through your nose and out your mouth. Roll your shoulders a little bit because we're going to be going down to the ground because remember, we've got to plant those seeds and we are going to be planking to plant. All right? So roll those shoulders a little bit and let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and get into a plank position. And you're holding up, so we're going to put in a seed and we're going to put the ground over. Put the seed, smooth out the ground. Put the seed, smooth out the ground. Put the seed, smooth out the ground. Keep going. Seed, ground. Seed, ground. Seed, ground. Seed, ground. Seed, ground. Seed, ground. If this gets a little tired, do it with your knees. Ground. Seed, ground. Seed, ground. And take a break if you need to during this time. If it gets too hard for you, ground. Seed, ground. Okay, I'm going to switch it this time. Seed, ground. Switch hands. Seed, ground. Seed, smooth out the ground. Seed and ground. Seed and bury it. Seed, 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 and bury it. All right, excellent job. Go ahead and shake your arm muscles out. Roll your shoulders. Breathe in through your nose and out your mouth. Through your nose and out your mouth. Through your nose and out your mouth. All right. This time, boys and girls, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting watering cans, all right? Last time I've done the sprinkler with you. This time we're going to put water in the watering can, and we're going to water that way, okay? So it's going to look like this. You're going to pick up the watering cans. We're going to say that they're already full with water, and you're going to pick them up like that, and then you're going to pour like that, okay? So you're going to go dip, squat, and arms up like this, okay? So you're going to dip, up, water. Dip, up, and water. Dip, up, water. Squat down, water. Squat down, water. It's like you're turning the knobs on a TV. down, and water. Sorry, knobs on your dresser. I guess TVs nowadays don't have knobs. Water, water. Keep your elbows bent a little bit. Water. Get those arms up all the way to your shoulders. Water, 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 water. You guys are doing awesome. Keep it up, keep it up. Keep it up, keep it up. Watering those beans. If they don't grow the plant, then we're not going to have any beans. We need that food. Keep going. Squat and water. Squat and water. Squat and water. Squat, water, squat and water. Squat and water. All right, excellent job. Shake out your arms. Get those muscles loose. Breathe in through your nose. And blow out your birthday candles. Breathe in through your nose. And blow out your birthday candles. Smell your favorite food. Might be some tacos. And blow out your birthday candles. All right, excellent. All right, so your pods have grown. Your plants look beautiful. Pods grow underneath the leaves, okay? They grow usually underneath the leaves near the flowers, all right? So we're going to now pull the pods. So we're just going to pull them. Since they're underneath the leaves, have your hands up like a cup, and you're going to pull down. All right, squat down a little bit because those plants don't grow so tall. So you got to get underneath the leaves. So you're going to be doing this, leaning in side to side. Pull those pods down. Pull them down. Pull those pods. Remember, they are those little long, don't pull a 5-footer. That would be too big. Keep pulling those pods. You got lots of pods to pull. You've grown a lot of bean pods. And we're going to make enchiladas and tacos, burritos. You guys are going to be eating a lot with those beans. All right, keep pulling those pods. You got a lot of pull. Pull, pull, pull. Pull, pull, pull. Lean in there. You got to squat a little bit. Good job, good job. Keep pulling those pods. Excellent. All right, shake out your arm muscles again. Breathe in through your nose. And out your mouth. Through your nose. Out your mouth. Through your nose. And out your mouth. All right, this time, what we do to get the beans out, we got to break the pods, okay? So usually what people do is they snap them, and then they push them apart, but we're going to snap them, so we're going to put our arms out like this, keep our elbows straight, and we're going to snap. So we're just going to turn our wrists, our hands, keep our arms in the same direction, and we're just going to snap, snap, snap. Keep your arms straight, snap, snap out, snap, snap. If you want to snap in, I guess you can snap in too. If you feel like snapping in, snap out. Snap. Keep your arms up. Snapping. Snap those pods. Snap the bean pods. You need to get all the beans out. The seeds have not come out of the pods. Remember, the pods are the fruit. Get those seeds out. That's where our food is. Snap them. Snap. Snap. Pull it out. Snap. 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 Snap and snap. All right, excellent. Go ahead and shake your arm muscles. Rotate your shoulders a little bit. Your shoulders might have gotten a little tight. Rotate them forward, loosen them up. Breathe in through your nose. And out your mouth. Through your nose. And out your mouth. One more. Through your nose. And out your mouth. All right, this time, since I showed you that beans can come in full or refried. And refried, remember I told you, is mashing. Okay, so we're going to mash the beans so we can can them and send them to our friends and the people out there so they can have refried beans ourselves. So we're going to mash them. We're going to hammer them like this. And what we're going to do is you're going to mash like this. Your fists are like hammers. And you're going to smash down the beans and you mash them out and get them all nice and mushy. And I want you to go all the way down to your knees if you can. Mash. Your fists are hammers. Mash them down. Mash, mash, mash. Mash, mash, mash. You're rocking back and forth, down to your knees and mash them. Go down farther if you are good, but don't go down as far and modify yourself if you are getting a little tired. So go back and forth, and you got to mash those beans. Lots of beans to mash. Go back and forth. That's going to work on your core muscles in your stomach. Keep them nice and tight. Go down deeper to your knees. Try to get down to your knees. Don't bend that body, all right? Mash them down. Mash, mash, mash. We're having a big party tonight. We need a lot of refried beans. Go with a bunch of enchiladas and tacos. Mash them, mash them, mash them. Good job. You guys are doing awesome. Smash some more. We're almost done. We're almost done. We almost have all the beans mashed. You guys are doing great. Keep it up, keep it up. All right, excellent job. All right, breathe in through your nose. And out your mouth. Through your nose. Out your mouth. Through your nose. And out your mouth. All right, so earlier we learned about rice. Today we learned about beans, all right? So a little bit of thinking to get you kind of your appetite up. And maybe you guys can have this week, ask your parents, if you guys can serve some rice and beans mix up, because both of those foods are quite healthy for you and keeps your body strong, healthy and strong, all right? So hopefully you guys are learning a lot about nutrition, and have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.